Hey, what's up guys? Me, Juan Pablo, the People's Mentor, and I'm back to share with you some information about 100% finance. First of all, what is 100% finance? What is the definition? I'm glad you asked. 100% finance equals obtaining an income producing asset with little to no money required. That income producing asset can be a rental property such as a single family property, or it can be multifamily property. But it's a buy and hold strategy in which you're receiving cash flow. What's cash flow? Income you receive on a consistent basis from your rental property with little to no work required. Okay? So that's what I mean by cash flow. I want you to obtain income from this asset called real estate with little to none of your own money required as well. Okay, so I want you to receive that cash flow. So that's 100% financing. And the way I discovered that was just when I was investing in real estate, and after I had that meeting with the mentor, the group facilitator of the 4-unit I closed, he asked me, before Vincent's situation, remember that from a previous video, he asked me, he said, hey, how much more income do you need, passive income, cash flow you need to quit your 9 to 5? I said I need $2,000 per month and I can quit my 9 to 5. And when do you plan to quit it? In a year's time. Okay, cool. That's easy, man. Just close on a 10-unit. You know, if you're averaging $200 cash flow per door, and again, I tell you guys 150, but he said 200 to me. And I was racking my brain. I'm like, what? It took me 3 years to obtain 7 units in my portfolio. And you're telling me I can obtain 10 units in 1 year? You gotta be crazy. Then I rested my thought, and I remembered the biblical verse: if 2 or 3 agree together as touching anything they ask will be done unto them. And I said, you know what? I agree with you. Who am I to argue with you? And you're the super successful real estate investor. I need to shut up. And I agreed with him. I didn't get 10 units that year, unfortunately. I got 21, as you guys know already, because I discovered 100% finance. And as fate would have it, I went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I went to Atlanta, Georgia. I was living in New York at the time. And while in Atlanta, Georgia, it was Sunday night before my flight. One of my friends asked me, do I want to play basketball prior to going back to the airport? I said, sure, no problem. I had some old beat up Jordans in my mom's closet that I used to cut grass with, so they were like super old. Playing basketball outdoor, and I ruptured my Achilles tendon. Flew back to New Jersey, limping on that thing for a week, and realized this thing is ruptured. I thought I rolled my ankle, but no, it completely detached. Some of you are like, ooh, that sounds painful. Yeah, it was. And so I had to get surgery, and my foot was propped up for 2 months. I couldn't walk. So gratefully, thankfully, I had some sick leave from work for the government in which I can just sit at home. Then I wonder, how can I buy properties without me flying to Pennsylvania from New York to see it, because my leg was, you know, in a cast. And I said, well, how can I buy properties being I can't fly and I can't be that mobile? I said, well, I have a cell phone and I have a computer with internet connection. Maybe I can systemize some things, because I can't go there for property management stuff either. I can't knock on doors or show up to court like I used to, because my leg is out of commission. And then that's when I discovered 100% financing. I did research on business funding, on hard money, on seller financing, and that's when I started closing deals left and right. And we'll get into the meat of the matter a little bit later when we get into the numbers, because you know I like math and I like that cash flow, so I want to educate you slowly but surely, step by step. Okay, and that's how I discovered 100% finance. So you know they always say, right? There's a every cloud has a silver lining, you know, and that's what happened with me. That was a silver lining, and I ended up obtaining those properties. So imagine if you discovered creative financing and you have your spare time. Use your spare time wisely to make yourself wealthy through real estate. You can do it. So what is our mission? Our mission is to help you become financially free and independent. Our mission is providing you with the tools you need to succeed financially, whether that's education, whether that's motivation, whether that's inspiration, whether that's guidance, whether it's credit repair, business funding, one-on-one coaching, low doc mortgages, events, and the like. We want you to obtain those tools that you need to succeed financially. And how we got started. So being that I was buying properties left and right, and now after 2 months, after getting surgery and started doing a rehab, I was able to walk slowly but surely, right? No pun intended. I came back to my networking events and I started sharing with people how I was closing deals. And then my friends in my networking events, so all your friends, by the way, as a sidebar, should be real estate investors and business people. Point blank period. Those are the people you should associate yourself with. Now I said use your spare time wisely to make yourself wealthy. I don't mean, cut off your old friends and so forth. What I'm saying is spend more time with those people who are movers and shakers, who can pull you up, who can keep you accountable, instead of other people who cannot. So as I'm associating with my friends, they wanted to hang out. I said, sure thing. I'm thinking we're going to hang out just to socialize, watch the game, but no. They're coming to the bar with a pen and pad in hand, asking me questions about how did I finance this deal, how did I repair my credit, how did I get access to additional capital, how did I analyze my properties, how I was able to buy properties out of state, and etc. And I realized, that's a market. Yeah. You know what? Give me your questions, write them down, and I'll create an ebook. And that's what I did with my 4 friends, and turned back around and sold it to them. Then I went to my networking event, sold it to them. And then I realized, hey, you know what? I need to start a YouTube channel and record some videos using my smartphone, and hopefully people will share it. As I stated, no paid advertising, none of that. It was just pretty much just organic. And the blog turned into a business. As a result, people asking questions. Same thing with this program. You guys been asking questions, so this program is designed with you in mind. Okay? So the tools you need to succeed financially. Again, that could be financial tools such as credit repair, business funding, one-on-one coaching, low down mortgages, events. It can also be a book. It can also be a t-shirt. Yeah, the cash flow t-shirt could be a tool that you need to succeed financially, so that people will ask you questions like, hey, cash flow, what do you do? Are you a real estate investor? Yeah, I am. You looking to get started in real estate? It's a marketing piece. Okay. So we got all that stuff at your disposal. And our goal is to take the guesswork out of real estate investing. We don't want you scratching your head and say, how do I get capital? Oh man, how do I structure this deal with this private lender so that he's confident that I can close on this deal and not have reservations because he has to wire money and so forth. I teach all those particulars. And the services we offer, I'll state it one more time: credit repair, business funding, one-on-one coaching, low doc mortgages, and the like. You can check out the links below in our resources or go to our website to learn more. And just make sure, guys, make sure that you apply. If you know you need credit repair, just apply. Apply with us, of course, because if we're spoonful feeding you this content, spoon feeding you the content, just make sure you digest it and you use our services, okay? It's because we know how to help repair your credit quickly, because some people try other credit repair companies. They might say, oh, it's cheaper, but yes, it takes a bit longer. When you rather have a short and sweet and fast credit repair process so you can get business funding and mortgages as quickly as possible, yeah, so that's what we do. We're a tad bit more aggressive than our competitors for a reason. So make sure you apply with us, as well as for funding. You might be thinking, well, I can just do it on my own. Well, yeah, you might apply for funding for certain business credit cards in which you either can't liquidate, or it shows up on your personal credit and it messes up your debt to credit ratio and your debt to income ratio. So we target specific cards in which they're unsecured and the lines themselves do not show up on your personal credit as accounts. It's in cards that you can liquidate and use for real estate investing. And we also have the science to give you the maximum funding necessary. So I just want to stress enough. Not stress enough, but I really want to stress that I want you to sign up with us, okay? And just check out our About page if you want to know other people in the team, whether it's Hollywood Ryan or Lewis or myself and other people. You can do some research and search out the other team members on our About Us page. And if you need some help, whether it's with your credit, funding, one-on-one, check out our resources. We got your back, baby. So 100% finance is the model that I want you to use. Now just keep in mind, you might say, well, what if I want to use my own savings? That is perfectly fine. We have no problems with that. There's no qualms with you using your savings, your IRA, 401k, but make sure you do it as a loan to the business. That's the fifth way I was talking about making money. I invested in this 9-unit that I have on the contract now, November 2017, and I'm loaning money to the entity. So I will receive an interest rate. It'll be amortized over 10 years, but I have a balloon payment of 5. If this sounds like a foreign language, just stay tuned for future videos. But that's how I discovered, even if I'm even if I'm investing my personal funds into a real estate investment deal, it's going to be a loan to the business, and the business is going to pay me back with interest. 100% finance. Peace.